It's that time. It's time for the Christmas/winter plant tour and decoration tour. Hello, all of my beautiful planty people, my loves. How are you doing today? I hope you are great. I am doing well. This is going to be a long video. I'm just going to warn you right now. But you know what? There's been a lot of shorter videos and I'm kind of missing making long ones. So for those of you who are new here, hi, hello, welcome. My name is Nikki. This is my channel, Plants, Pots, and Whatnots. And for my gluttons for punishment who keep coming back for more, I'm not sure why, but I do appreciate it. It is amazing to see you all. So without further ado, because this video is going to be long enough already, here we are, the 2020 last plant tour of 2020, my Christmas plant tour. So I think for this particular tour, we are going to do things a little differently. I'm not going to show you all the plants, and the reason for that is that a lot of them I have had to kind of like rearrange and cram in corners, such as my Hoyas that are in there that are just really hard to get to. So in the new year, after I get everything put where it's supposed to be, I will do a proper full tour. But what I'm going to do is just do this main area, the plants that are really easy to get to. I'll show you the decorations, and I will be putting the names of the plants on the bottom of the screen, as well as talking through it, so that this video isn't crazy long. I will kind of be going over the plants a little bit more quickly than I probably usually do, because I know I usually just get rambling on about every single plant for like 5 minutes. So I'm really going to try not to do that. And at the end of this video, I'm going to go ahead and take you through what it looks like at night. You get a better idea of the Christmas lights and just the Christmas ambiance that is our house at the moment. So I think I will kind of start in here. So here is our table. And I think I usually start with this guy just because I love him so much. So this is my Domino Peace Lily. It is getting huge. It has kind of been the centerpiece on our table for quite some time. It's just a really pretty plant, and I know that eventually it will get too big for here, but for now that's where it is. I have my little kind of begonia corner here. So I have my Maculata Whitey Eye, and then I have another Maculata that I can't remember the name of. Anyway, both really cute little begonias. I just have a couple other plants sitting here right now. I have this cutting of my Varicosa melanochrysum, because I need to get it potted up. And then I have my Syngonium, not Syngonium, sorry, my Peace Lily Picasso right here. He got stuck in a back corner and was a little droopy, so I'm just kind of keeping my eye on him. He's fine. He's okay. I had a moment. Anyway, back here we have my Syngonium Rayi. So there he is right there. And here on my wall, as always, is my variegated lipstick plant, my black pagoda lipstick plant, and my Nepenthes, or my pitcher plant. And in the back right here, coming all the way down, stop focusing on my finger, down, is my regular string of hearts. And of course, front and center here, as always, we have my Syngonium Chiapens, which is humongous and is competing currently for the top spot beside my Christmas tree. So here is our Christmas tree. There is a few more gifts coming today that I'll end up wrapping and trying to cram in here somewhere. But I love how the tree turned out. I didn't end up getting those little red ties switched out. There just was not enough time. But I think it looks fine, and at least for next year, I'll know that in advance, and hopefully I'll be a little bit more prepared. These are cute. So when we went to my parents' place last weekend, we made some crafts with the kids, and these were one of them, these little Christmas signs. I didn't quite get to finishing mine, but I like how it turned out. My mom also made one, but she's not done it yet. It's one of those work in progress. And then Troy made this one. Holidays. I think you did a pretty good job. Okay, so let's move to my plants here. So in the back we have the beautiful white princess philodendron. And like I said, things are a little bit more crammed in than I would normally like them to be, but you guys know that I did have to make some adjustments because of the Christmas tree. So basically come the new year, I have plans to kind of revamp pretty much this whole entire room. So I'm sure there will be a couple lengthy like videos about that. Anyway, so yes, back to the plants, sorry. In behind here we have my Anthurium chamberlainii looking fabulous. So the cool thing about those plants, just move him. The cool thing about those plants is a lot of anthuriums come in a different color, and then, or a lot of aroids really in general come in a different color, and then over time, usually not much time really, they kind of change to their color that they're going to be, like green typically. But the chamberlainii holds on to that beautiful like reddish chocolate color for a lot longer. Like this leaf has been out for quite a few months now, and it is still this beautiful burgundy chocolate color, which I love so much. Right here we have my philodendron fibrosum. It is doing really well now. She definitely does need to be on a pole. I actually have quite a few plants, so you'll probably hear me say this needs to get put on a pole like 13 million times in this video. So I apologize for that in advance. But yeah, I really love this plant. I love the way the leaves look, and I'm really looking forward to seeing some super fuzzy petioles. I don't know if you can see that. Anywho, really, really pretty plant. In front of that, we have a plant that desperately needs a pole. As you can see, he's a little wonky. So this was the top cutting from my... No, I don't think this was the top cutting, actually. This was the mid cutting from my Philodendron Splendid. So the Philodendron Varicosum melanochrysum. And as you can see, he's got a new leaf working on right there. And this is the most recent leaf. It hasn't hardened off yet, and he did have a little bit of a problem opening. He got that little rip in him. That's okay. He's still beautiful. Down beside her, we have this little cutie. So this is my Alocasia Black Velvet. I should name her Alana. Not that everybody else hasn't thought of that, but anyways, that was cute. Above that, we have this beautiful baby. So this is my Anthurium phaleniorum. Oh, that's new. Okay, not sure what's going on there. I'll have to get that cut off so that that doesn't turn into a problem. Plants aren't always perfect. This guy has a little mark there. I must have tapped him when he was coming out, so probably didn't like that too much. My bad. Oh, there we go. Okay. In behind that, we have the gorgeous, the beautiful Philodendron El Chaco Red. And I'm sure you've seen these before, but I always show everybody the back because the party really is in the back. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but they are super, super red. Very, very beautiful. Gorgeous. Behind that, we have my Philodendron Squamiferum. These leaves are getting absolutely massive. This one's starting to kind of like shade the plants below it. For now, that's okay. Once I shift everything around here, obviously this won't be so crammed, but you know, we do what we have to do to decorate for Christmas, because I don't know about you guys, but I can't not decorate for Christmas. It's kind of my thing. So let's move past the little bow here. And right here we have my Anthurium esmeraldens, which is beautiful. You can see that kind of red that comes through. Let me see if I can get you a shot of the back. You see that? It's so beautiful. It's very similar to the philodendron esmeraldens. They also kind of have a little bit of a red hue on the backing. Beautiful plant though. It's absolutely gorgeous. It pops with that center vein just being so bright. Love it. Beside that, this guy was just moved here, so it looks a little awkward. It doesn't really fit here. But this guy was in my IKEA greenhouse, and it was on the top shelf, and it was just getting too much light, so some of the leaves got a little bit faded out. I'm sure you can see that. There's like a line right across here. So I had to move her, but this is her newest leaf. It's just in the process of hardening off, and it looks like there's going to be some beautiful silvering on this leaf. Behind her, let me just slide this guy over, is my philodendron esmeraldens. And it is a beautiful plant. I am obsessed. These ones get these big, long, ripply leaves. And she has a new leaf coming in right behind, right there. And then the last plant on this shelf is this gorgeous baby. This is my Syngonium albo, who now is too tall apparently. I swear to God that was not there yesterday. But now she's too tall for this shelf, so that's gonna be a thing. Actually, I think she's up on a pot, so we might... Yeah, she's up on a pot, so we can go ahead and just take her down a notch. Bring her down a notch. So that is everything on this shelf, and I'll just back up to show you what that looks like overall. We've got the bow with the garland, and I got these little teeny fairy lights in here that you can see much better after, obviously, all of the grow lights go off. That's the only thing about having all the Christmas lights up, is that it's kind of difficult to see the actual Christmas lights because there's just so much light in here. Anyway, I'm not going to run you through the plants on the bottom there. A lot of them are propagations. Some of them I do need to put back into the greenhouse. So let's look up here really quick. It's hard to see everything, but like I said, I will do a full and proper tour after I get everything situated where it's not so cramped. But this right here, let me see if I can zoom in, is my philodendron atabapoense. And you see she's got some new leaves up there. Beside that is my, oh, let's see if I can get her. There she is. So that is an Amydrium zippolannium. Beautiful plant, and she's responsible for this runner that's coming down here that I have to do something with eventually, because it's just getting, it's like 6 feet long at this point. It's ridiculous. So there's that. Beside that, we have my Maranta, my red Maranta. And then we have my philodendron Florida Ghost, or one of them. So this is the original plant. That desperately needs to be put on a pole. And then behind there we just have my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma, and beside that on the other side we have my green burrow marks. Oh, and my aloe. She's cute. So one I did forget to show you is right here. So this is my Anthurium forgetii. Super cute. She's got this like weird leaf. Now it's hard to see. This camera doesn't like low light at all. It's just the angle I'm at. Anyway, she's doing really well. So this was kind of a pup that was on my original forgetii. Oh. There's a delivery here. Interesting. I'll have to go get that because it's raining and gross outside. I'll be right back. Okay. And right here we have the beautiful pothos, or the Mandula pothos, who is on a pole. Look at this new leaf, it's super white. So I did notice that the last couple leaves have been a little bit smaller, and I'm thinking it's probably because it's off the top of the pole. So there is another one to add to the list of plants that need poles or new poles, etc. But the whole putting the Mandula on the pole has worked amazingly. So I encourage, if you have one and you want big leaves on it, put her on a pole. She loves it. The next one we have here, which we're pretty sure is a philodendron, sorry, no, it is a Monstera pinipartita. Definitely needs to be on a pole, and I'm hoping, I'm going to chop off probably right here, and because there's this massive runner that you can see kind of runs all the way up through there and like into the forever. Anyway, and I would like to grow it on a pole so it can fenestrate and do, you know, it's just not happy right now. The next one over here is my Philodendron Florida Bronze, and it's beautiful. She's got a new leaf that's coming right here, and she's gorgeous. Now this was in a spot that it was getting a little bit too much light in my front window, so we did get some bleaching, but we've resolved that now, and she's doing much better. Beside her here we have the Philodendron Augustilenopa. I don't know what it is. I will put it on the screen as with all the other ones. Really pretty plant. They have these lance-like leaves, and they get like little ripples in them, which become more pronounced as the plant matures. That is another one that needs a pole. Right now it just has this big long little stick, which is just not quite enough. Beside that here we have my Rhaphidophora decursiva. She's really pretty. I need to get her situated too. She's starting to put out this runner on the back, and this leaf was substantially smaller than the previous ones, obviously. So we're going to work that out, but she's not getting a ton of light right here, just kind of like the ambient light from my cabinet. So let me back up and show you that whole area. I love this. It is so relaxing, and I can't put the sounds on, but there's this like beautiful relaxing Christmas music. It's just instrumental, and then you can hear the crackling of the fire, and it's like amazing. Hello, Eli. Go lie down. Go lie down. Okay, let's move over here into the cabinet. This might be the last time you see her looking like this, so. Okay, so in here I've switched some things around. So we have my Anthurium crystallinum silver, and she wasn't doing really well where she was, so I just moved her, and now she's got 2 new growth points. I don't know if you can see that. There's one right here. Let's focus right there. How about that? There's a little tip coming right here, and there's one in the back right there. Behind her we have my Alocasia Maharani. They're beautiful. They have this grayish green, leathery, like dragon type leaves, and they're just beautiful. It is currently throwing it a bloom right there, which I'm going to cut off. But there's a leaf right beside it, right there. So she is loving life in this cabinet. Beside her we have Enrique, my Jose Bono. And tell me that is not a threat. What is going on? That's getting a little frustrating. Especially considering I just cleaned everything. Everything. We're gonna have to go on a mission. Another one. Anyway, now I'm paranoid. So This plant's doing really well, grows really fast. This new leaf is just amazing. It's beautiful. Beside that we have Paisley. So Paisley, if you don't know, is my variegated banana. She's doing very well. And she's currently stuck on that leaf. There we go. In front here we have my Philodendron Majestic. So this is a cross between a Philodendron Soderoy and a Philodendron Varicosum, which if you've seen either of those plants are both stunning on their own. So the mix of the two is just ridiculous. This is the new leaf that's coming out, and I'm not sure if you can tell here, but look at the red. Let me try to focus. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, in behind here we have my Alocasia cuprea, which is kind of hard to see. She's doing really well. That is the newest leaf that's almost hardened off. Such a cool plant. Here in front of that we have my Philodendron Snowdrift. Finally starting to get bigger leaves. And there is a new one coming right here. And then, of course, this beautiful lady herself with her gorgeous new leaf, my variegated Philodendron billeti. And there is another leaf that is close on the heels already, which is amazing. Okay, let's go down to the bottom shelf. So right in the front here, I had to move this guy down a shelf because it was getting a little bit too much light, which is a little bit more obvious on this side of the leaf, although it's kind of hard to pick up on camera. So this is my Alocasia Dragon Scale. I absolutely love this plant. I was obsessed with it for so long and finally was able to get it. So yeah, that is one of my newest babies. It looks like we've got a new little leaf coming down there at the bottom. Should see that? Cute! Beside it to the left here we have my Monstera siltepecana, which you saw recently in my Monstera video. She's looking good. Behind here we have this guy who has apparently flopped over. Oh. Anyway, this is my Rhiphidophora Heii, and it is getting a little crazy. I do have some new boards for that and my Cryptantha. So that'll be a project in the new year to get those mounted on larger planks. But it's doing quite well also. Down here we have my Homolamina Selby that I got not long ago. She's doing pretty well. She's got a new leaf she's unfurling right there. Such a pretty plant. But aren't they all? And then the last one that we have here is this gorgeous babe, who looks like she's working on a new leaf as well. This is my Alocasia Silver Dragon, who is humongous. These leaves are getting like really big. Such a gorgeous plant. I know I say that about like all of them, but like I really mean it. Anyway, that is all the plants in my IKEA greenhouse shelf. So let me just back up. So there we are. Lovely. So let me go ahead and shut this up, and then I'll show you the plants on top. Okay. So up here we have one that you've seen recently. This is my Monstera adansonii, the round form. It's looking good. And then next to that we have my Philodendron billeti, the regular green one, who's gone a little crazy, and it looks like we have a leaf casualty up here, which is fine. I think those are the leaves that I originally got on it, and it's been well over a year, so thank you for your contribution to photosynthesis. And right there is a new leaf coming in. Love that plant so much. Okay, moving along, we have this beautiful babe here. This is my Alocasia Frydek, or if you're super picky about it, because I have been chastised for it, its true name is Alocasia mycolitziana. But let's be real here, people. Does it really matter? Also, everybody knows it as the Frydek, so that's what we're gonna call it, because, you know. Anyway, it's doing well. She's got a new leaf right in the back there. This isn't ideally where I'd like to have her, but again, Christmas and all that. All of my sorry, not alocasias, my Hoyas are here and here, and then I have a couple other aroids down the bottom. I'll definitely be doing an updated Hoya collection thing in the new year at some point. But I do have to get all these guys out and water them soon, so maybe I'll show them then. I don't know. Below that is this beauty which you've seen recently. This is probably a little bit better of an angle for you to see her. So this is my Monstera Thai constellation. It's doing lovely. I'm excited to start to get those beautiful like midrib fenestrations, which are the little holes that are along the vein there in the middle, or the midrib. I keep checking to see if she's got any new growth, but not yet. She's slowed down quite a bit, so I think that she's probably root bound, but we'll check on that next year. Okay, so let's move on to this shelf here. So this is probably where all of the majority of the more impressive plants, the larger plants, I think, not necessarily impressive, but this is the spot where I can fit the taller, bigger plants, so that's where most of them are. So on the far left here we have the beautiful Philodendron verrucosum, who is responding quite well to after she was cut. We have a new leaf coming out. Oh my gosh, right there. Let's see if you can see. There we are. Beside that we have the Syngonium Pink Splash, and you guys saw this if you saw some of my little vlog videos. That definitely needs to be cut and propagated. It's throwing out teeny tiny little leaves, and although they're really pretty, it's just not ideal. So yeah, there's her. And then if we look behind her here, we have my Philodendron Pink Princess, or one of them anyways. Where are you focusing? Why? There's 5 different plants in here with varying variegation. This one that you're looking at right now probably has the most variegation, but we have had some issues with stuck leaves, etc., because that just seems to be how the plant wants to grow, and it drives me nuts. Anywho, beside that here we have my Anthurium vitarifolium. Sorry, my brain just kind of went nope. Beautiful plant, these big long belts for leaves. This is one of the newest leaves here, and this thing blooms constantly. I know it's hard to see, it's a little dark, but like constantly. So I'm thinking that maybe next year I'll try to propagate this guy, because it's bent over, which is kind of weird. Like, I don't know if you can see, maybe it's kind of growing forwards. Do you see that? I don't know, it's weird. Anyway, so there's that. Down below that we have the beautiful Anthurium magnificum, who's just gorgeous. Her other leaf is back there. This inflow right here belongs to her. There she is, which I will probably cut off. I keep cutting them off. I want more leaves on this guy, and she just wants to keep throwing out inflows, which is not what I want. Below that here we have the philodendron tortum. It's a very unique plant, and it's nice, you guys hear me say it a lot, that I like to have, you know, some different textures in my plant collection, so you're just not looking at a shelf of all, you know, heart-shaped green leaves. So this guy really does that. It kind of breaks up that, you know, normal heart-shaped look. Beautiful, beautiful plant. Here we have, just can't help but see her, is my philodendron gloriosum. So there's one leaf there. There is another one back there. There is another one over there. And then if we peek down in here, you can see that she's got that one there, which is the newest leaf, and this one right here, which is just starting to grow in. I don't know if you can see that a little bit better down there. Sort of. Kind of. Anyway, so it's really loving life in this spot right here. So we'll just leave her there and watch her grow big and beautiful. Down below that here we have my philodendron giganteum variegata, or my variegated philodendron giganteum. So this leaf just unfurled. It was beautiful. Why? Just focus on what I want you to focus on. That's the newest leaf. Looking very pretty. I love the variegation on this plant. It's very marbly. It's really nice. She's pretty. Okay. Oh, goodness. Okay, in the back there, that's really difficult to see, but here she is right here, is my Monstera Peru, which my camera doesn't really want to focus on. Anyway, and then this big long runner here, we're gonna have to chop off here soon. This gorgeous beast is my variegated bird of paradise. She's huge. It's her newest leaf there. The variegation on this bird of paradise is probably one of the nicest variegations that I've seen on a variegated bird of paradise. Really, really happy and very fortunate to have found this guy. So I've had this one, maybe not quite a year. Can't remember when I got it. It's been a while. Anyway, absolutely beautiful plant. Highly recommend. They're super easy. No more difficult than, you know, your traditional bird of paradise. The only thing that I probably would say is it grows a little bit more slowly, but still fairly quickly, if that makes sense. Probably not. Anyway, gorgeous plant. Above that here hanging, we have my, we have my variegated Hoya Bella, whose blooms have all been spent there. But she's really liking this window. She's doing quite well. She's put out quite a few new leaves. And she's liking life right where she is. Down below here we have the gorgeous Monstera albo. Looking super pretty. I think this guy might have a bit of a root situation as well. It has substantially slowed down. This is the last leaf that it put out. It's also putting out leaves. Now, if you watched my Monstera collection video, you'll know this already, but if you didn't, I will explain it here. So it's basically putting out the same height leaves and the same size leaves, which is kind of weird. So they're all kind of crammed in here. And believe it or not, there are 4 leaves here, but it's really hard to see them all because they all came out at almost the same height. In any case, beautiful plant. I absolutely love this plant to pieces. But it's just kind of weird. Anyway, moving along. Beside that here we have the gorgeous the gorgeous Philodendron Florida Beauty. with her gorgeous variegation. Now this plant was a lot bigger, but I did cut it to trade it for a couple other plants that I got earlier this year. But she is growing a new little nubbin right there. So hopefully that will come out quickly, and we'll have a bigger plant in no time. Really gorgeous, so it's definitely one of my favorite philodendrons. Behind that here we have this big beast. So this is my philodendron glorious, which is a cross between the philodendron gloriosum and the philodendron melanochrysum. Let's see if you can get in there and see. Like, the leaves are huge, and there is, oh, if you can see it there, yep, a new leaf coming in right behind. So this guy is going to be too tall for right here, very, very shortly, because we're running out of space. So it's going to be a floor plant very, very soon. Down here on the bottom, let me just sit, oh, we have, believe it or not, a variegated philodendron billeti, but this is the portion that I cut when I was trying to regain the variegation on my variegated part. So there is still variegation in the plant, so I am going to hang on to it just in case. I am trying to remain hopeful, but there is some variegation in the stem still. You probably, if there's no way it's coming off on camera, but anyway, so I'm just going to hang on to it and see how it goes. It's small, so it doesn't take up a whole lot of space, but I would like to hang on to it to see what it does. And then the last plant here is this beauty. This is my philodendron mame, who has grown 3 separate plants in this same pot. She feels like she might need a drink. She's feeling a little soft. But it's been a beautiful plant, super easygoing. The leaves are just stunning. They have just a little bit of silver, and they're so pillowy and ripply, and I just love it so much. So that, oh wait, sorry, there's 2 more plants here. So this one here is my Anthurium bakerii. It's bakery. I don't know. Anyway, I never get that right. You guys know that. Anyway, so it's very kind of reminiscent of the philodendron, or the Anthurium vitarifolia. But I would say this one is a little bit more temperamental than the Valeniorum, but it is really, really pretty. Most of the plant is kind of like hanging out on this side though, so it's harder to see. And then this guy right here is my Callista repens. That is adorable. I had to up-pot her, and within no time she filled out that pot. She actually needs some water, so I'm gonna have to do that as soon as I'm done filming this video. But it's really, really cute. The leaves are just so dainty, and they're pink and absolutely beautiful. Love that plant. Okay, now I think that is all the plants on here, so let me back up and give you an overview. Oh, actually, I'll show you the plants on top really quickly first. So right there is my philodendron Birkin, which is throwing out just the weirdest leaves right now. That plant is kind of on my crap list, so it's it gets ignored, unfortunately, a lot. I don't know. It is what it is. Beside that, we have the beautiful, oh my god, Marble Queen Pothos, who normally, when this stuff isn't here, is trailing down over the front, but obviously I had to relocate some of her trails. Here we have a Thanksgiving cactus, see if I can zoom in, who didn't bloom this year, which is probably something I did or didn't do. Beside that, we have the gorgeous philodendron black cardinal. Sorry, that took a minute. And there's the creepy little elf. Beside that, we have my neon pothos. And then over there, there's a mixture of things that you can't see. My variegated string of hearts, my ponytail palm, my bromeliad, and my cissus discolor. All that are impossible to see. Okay, let me back up and show you what this looks like. Okay, so there is an overview of that whole area. I think it looks a lot darker than it really is. Like I said, this camera is not a fan of even slightly low light. Okay, let's move on to over here. Okay, over in this corner, I forgot this little cutie pie. So this is a, oh my god, I'm just forgetting everything today. This is a butterwort. So these guys catch little fungus gnats. As you can see, he hasn't caught a lot lately. So, I mean, it's kind of, it's a catch-22 because the fungus gnats and so forth are what kind of feed the plant. But the fungus gnat population has been completely under control for the most part, and he's not getting a whole lot of food. So, anyway, and then I just have like a little baby growing in there. The rest of the babies I put in my terrarium. Up here we have my, I'm just forgetting everything right now. I'm so sorry, guys. My pepperoni pastrada, or my string of turtles. Let's try to get you in a little closer there. There we go. It's doing well. It's liking life in that pot. And then above that, who needs a water, is my burrow's tail. But it does like that spot right above the, or right below the light. They just need some water. Okay. And then if we scan to the right, we have, oh, why does that look so dark? There we go, that's better. So this is, the top pot here is a Scindapsus exotica and a Scindapsus pictus argyria. And as you can see, it is climbing up the wall right there, which I just think is so, so cool. So they are trailing slash shingling plants. So when they are given the opportunity, they will flatten out and shingle up a wall. So that's what he decided he's going to do, which is so adorable. And then there's another piece of that plant actually that's gone around the side, and I'll show you on the other side of the wall. There you go. He has moved all the way around, and now he's just going to climb his way across that wall, which is totally fine with me. And then below those guys we have this. So this is a combination pot, really. There is an Adansonii in the back there. You can kind of see it right there. And then there is the Philodendron Brazil, and then the Golden Pothos. So those are all in my favorite wall planters ever. And I love these things so much. So those are the same ones as these ones. Okay, let's move over to my shelves over here. Okay, I guess we'll start right here. So this, you guys have seen frequently as of lately. This is my Ginormous Dieffenbachia. So you guys have seen this a lot as of lately because of the weird situation going on down here. So it kind of flopped over. You can see that the stem has come up. And what I'm trying to do right now, I've laid it on top of the soil, and I'm hoping that it will kind of like air layer itself, for lack of a better word. I'm hoping that some of the aerial roots will root down into the soil, and then I can cut it. And then I can also pull this pup out of here. But this plant is absolutely massive. Just opened this new leaf right here. But you can see like how big the plant is. But it's just gorgeous. I mean, this is definitely one of those plants that I find extremely underrated. Thanks, Eli. Can you go lie down? This is my Hoya obovata, who I always forget is in here just because of everything that's kind of overgrown in here. So I'm gonna have to find a new place for him, but he's not getting a whole lot of light, unfortunately, in where he is, so that is going to be a problem that we'll have to fix in the new year. Above that is another one of my wall planters. This is the medium one, and it holds my gorgeous philodendron micans. Love this plant. It's so pretty. And I have chopped this thing so many times just because it grows like crazy. But that's okay, because it's pretty. And then here we have my Monstera Deliciosa. This is just the plain old green classic Deliciosa. There's a story behind all of the stuff that went on with this poor plant. If you want to check out my most recent Monstera collection video, it kind of explains all of that. But anyway, it's doing well. She's cute. Beside it right here with a dead leaf, super, is another one of my philodendron Brazils. This one was just started by a cutting, and now she's trailing all over the place. And then up at the top right there we have my, oh, there we go, my Pothos Pearls and Jade. And she's starting to fill in quite nicely. Okay, let's move around the corner. So right here we have my Alocasia Stingray. She just opened this new leaf. I can focus on it. Really, really cool little plant. I shouldn't say little. This thing is not little anymore. It's actually quite massive. You can see compared to my hand there. Behind her we have the monstrous Monstera debaya. She's just working her way up the wall there. Okay, let's start on the bottom shelf and we'll just kind of go down along and then up and along. So let's go down here. We have my watermelon peperomia. Beside that we have my Aglaonema, I can never remember what it's called, Pictum Rotunda, I can't remember. I'll put it on the screen. Anyways, beside that we have the beautiful Calathea orbifolia. I only have a couple Calathea by choice. I really like this one, and then the other one I'll show you. And this guy I'm finally getting to finally grow properly, so I'm loving that. I want to get her to be big and beautiful with those big, massive, gorgeous leaves. Over here we have the other Calathea in my collection. So this is a Calathea, oh man, I'll put it on the screen. I don't know what's wrong with me today. I can't think of anything. I am so sorry, guys. She's obviously got a couple new leaves that she's working on right here. Very exciting. Beside that, and here we have this little Syngonium. Still not really sure what it is, but they have these all pink leaves that are really cute. There is one of the new ones that's just coming in here. And right here we have my pickle plant that I boo-booed with, and I ended up killing half the plant because I overwatered it. However, it's snapping back now. We have a bunch of new growth right here, which is amazing. Because I was pretty upset when I found out that I had pretty much killed half the plant, because this plant was much, much larger. But you know, stuff happens. So let's move up here. So in the back there we have my Crassula Calico Kitten, which is adorable. I absolutely love it. And it's in this cute little pot that I got from Liam at John's Street Shop, which I am obsessed with. In front of that we have my Philodendron subhustatum, and it just is unfurling this leaf right here, but the backs of these leaves are really where the beauty is. They are so gorgeous. We have this incredibly huge butterwort right here, who has so many pups on it, but it looks so cool like that. It looks like a bouquet of green roses. I don't know if that's just me, but I just love how it looks. But it definitely does need a new pot, but I've been putting it off because I just like how it looks. In the back here we have this philodendron silver sword who has something going on with its leaves. It may just be that that pot is too small now. I don't know, but that is on my list of to look at and to try to figure out what's going on there. In front of that we have my Epipremnum pinnatum variegata. So it finally unfurled this new leaf, and it's kind of hard to see the variegation on it. Let me see if I can, just because of the lighting. Anywho, I got this one not long ago, and it's starting to yellow on these older leaves. So hopefully we can get some new leaves on here before these old leaves take a dive. I think also these pots probably aren't the most ideal. I don't know. I'm having a tricky time with a couple plants right now that I definitely need to set aside some time to look into. It just hasn't been a whole lot of time recently. Beside that, we have this cute little guy. Let me see if I can get him out. You can see him. So this is my philodendron soderoy. Focus, please. Thank you. An amazing plant. I can't wait until this one gets big. Their leaves are a very round heart shape, and they have a ton of silver. Like, they are just gorgeous. So this leaf over here, if I can do it without dropping it, is the newest leaf. And then you can see there it's got a new one growing in. Beautiful plant. Can't wait till that guy gets bigger. Behind that we have this sad sack. So this is my philodendron. No, this is my Anthurium veitchii, who looks like it's trying to lean away from the light at this point, but this plant got thrips, and it's just not doing the greatest. Like, I am almost to the point with this plant where I'm over it. You know what I mean? And maybe I'm just saying that because I'm just like having a rough couple days, and I'm sure I will change my mind, but the plant is driving me absolutely crazy at this point. So we'll just move on. Just get out with the negative, right? Now, in with the positive, this is my Anthurium furcatum. So this one gets these really cool, like Tesla-like leaves. And you can see here that it's got a new one growing in, which is really pretty. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, I've put a couple pictures of what these leaves look like when they come in, and they are this gorgeous maroon, shiny beautifulness. Really, really pretty. They look really cool when they come in. And anyway, so if you're not following me on Instagram, go check that out. I will post a picture of this guy when he opens up, because they are just worth the look, because they're beautiful. Let's kind of turn you to the side here so we can get in. In the back here we have my Monstera standaleyana, who you guys just recently saw in my Monstera collection video, doing quite well. And you also saw this guy. This is my Monstera esqueleto, formerly Epipremnoides. And this guy I'm going to end up putting back into the greenhouse. She's just not doing as well as she should be doing at this point. In behind there we have my Amidrium medium silver. It's a mouthful. Who's doing really well. There's all kinds of new leaves. So pretty, and it's got this trail that's going in through the back here, and you can see she's got another leaf right here. So we'll have to figure out a new spot for her soon, because that clearly is just not containing her. In the front here we have this little cutie. So this is known as a false holly, and it's got this beautiful variegation on it. I have lost a few leaves on this, so I think that whatever substrate I got it in is not the greatest, so I'll probably end up switching her out soon too. Beside that, we have one of my little pitcher plant propagations, and she is starting to grow some little itty bitty pitchers, which are just adorable. There's another one in the back right here. Just super cute. Beside that, we have this guy who I got not too long ago. It did drop all of its shipping leaves with the exception of these three. This new one had just come in when I got it, and then it held on to one of the larger ones here. But it does look like we have some new growth coming at the bottom, so I'm not worried about it yet. And then behind here we have two pink princess plants. I kept these ones because they had some really nice variegation. So you can see I've got some half moon leaves here. And then she's got another leaf coming in there, which looks like it's going to have some decent pink on it as well. Okay, I'm not really going to take you through each plant up here. These are all of my cacti, succulents, some succulents. There's some propagations right here. But I'll just kind of run you through them. We have my air plants, my variegated, oh my goodness, string of pearls. And this guy definitely needs some TLC. So this is a terrarium that I planted last year. And I am going to be doing a video soon of just terrarium maintenance. And I'll probably do this one as well as my other one, because it does, believe it or not, already need some TLC. And this one has just grown so well that it's getting overgrown, which is a good problem to have. And then we have my ghost euphorbia. And then this guy's so cute. This is my Raven ZZ baby, one of them. And then just the rest of my cacti. And over on this shelf, there's just a mush of stuff. So I'm not really going to take you through all of those. I have my succulents here, some propagations, more propagations, one of my scindapsus, my humongous trailing begonia, Medora, I believe that one's called, and some philodendrons up there, and that's pretty much it. So I'm just going to give you a nice little walk around, and you can look at the decorations, listen to some tunes, and just kind of get an overall vibe for how everything looks. So I will wrap it up here, and if you want to stop watching here, that's fine. But I'm just going to kind of include just a little clip of quiet and music. So I want to wish you guys all a very Merry Christmas. I will have one for sure video coming out on Christmas Eve. It is a very Christmas Eve type video. I'm in the process of putting that all together right now, and I really hope that it turns out how I want it to. I think you guys will really like it. It's fun, it's silly, and it's Christmassy, so who doesn't like all those three things? Anyway, and I may have another vlog out at some point this week. I'm just trying to get everything wrapped up before Christmas, and I know I've been slacking on the vlogs. I know you guys tell me, don't apologize, you know we have lives. I know, but I still feel bad because it's me, and that's just how my brain works. Anyway, so if this is the last video of mine that you watch before Christmas, thank you so much for all of your support throughout the year. I appreciate it more than I could ever explain to you. I love you guys so, so much. Have an amazing and wonderful day, night, week, month, year, and Christmas. And I will see you in the next video. Here is me not talking.